views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Let me be your lighthouse so I can show you the way. Let me be your shining light, I'll keep you from drifting away. I'm the one that makes you try when...
This is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page. Today we're asking questions with Laura Schlatter of Project Ballet. Oh, wow. Wow. So that sounds intriguing.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun.
So tell me about Project Ballet. What year was this formed?
Well, Project Ballet started back in 2004 by our director, Beth McLeish. She just had this vision to train up dancers in a beautiful way, and she had a handful of dancers, and because her training is so good, it ended up turning into this larger organization called New American Youth Ballet. And then just a couple of years ago, the name New American Youth Ballet changed over to Project Ballet, and it is what we are now.
What is the mission of your Project Ballet?
Yeah, well, Project Ballet is here to provide superior ballet training to our next upcoming generation of dancers. We want people to not feel like you have to move away to a big city to get very good training. You can get it right here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, in the Midwest.
Where are you in Fort Wayne?
Where are we in Fort Wayne?
Yeah.
We are located right behind North Crest Shopping Center off of Coliseum and North Clinton. Yeah, it's a beautiful facility. Yeah.
Is it big? Big building? A whole lot of people?
For our studio right now, for the dancing part of it, we have 3 large studios that we're able to hold our classes in, as well as a practice studio as well that we can hold private lessons in, or the dancers can use that for stretching in between classes. And then we also have our academic portion of the building as well. And we have 3
Do tell us the academic. What do you teach besides ballet dancing?
Yeah, well, we have our academic school as well, and so we offer academic classes for grades 6 through 12, and that's just a full range of curriculum that you would need for your regular middle and high school training.
So you don't start them out early, about 3 or 4 years old or anything like that?
In the dancing portion, we do. For the ballet portion, we start them off in preschool. So we have a preschool and preparatory program, and then they kind of work their way up through the levels, and they get into our higher conservatory level, where they're definitely more serious dancers. But yeah, for our grades 6 through 12, for the dancers who are a little bit more serious in their training in ballet, coming to the academic program for their first half of the day gives them that freedom and flexibility in their schedule to get in more training.
And did you have trouble with the COVID-19 for a while, I guess?
I mean, I think everybody did. The whole nation was kind of just a little bit perplexed as to what to do. I think with ballet especially, it's hard because it's a physical activity, and it's very hands-on learning. So it was a little bit challenging, but I think with the directorship of Beth McLeish, our director, she did a really good job. When we went into quarantine, we did have to cancel a couple of our performances. We had to cancel our entire spring concert. We have a variation showcase that we had to cancel. So that was a big string of performances that the kids lost that exposure to performing. So that was a little bit disappointing, but then we quickly picked up and we started doing Zoom classes,
Yeah.
trying to get everyone still motivated. We kind of had some fun experiences with the Zoom classes. I'll tell you that, with, you know, the disconnection and people dancing in their living rooms and their kitchens, and it was kind of interesting. But then last month we were able to finally get back into the studios and practicing some very precautious social distancing and, you know, wearing our masks when needed, but we're able to offer classes now, but just taking those extra measures.
And you also have night classes, courses, whatever?
Every once in a while, yeah, we'll have some community classes. Usually for our conservatory program, they'll end their day by about 4:30. So they have their academics in the morning, and then they finish their dancing by about 4:30, 5 o'clock, depending on their level schedule. So then they have the freedom to have that evening available to do their homework and spend time with their family and do other things they're interested in. But then our younger dancers, who are younger than grade 6 or 5, they'll come in and they'll take their classes in the evening.
It is so cute when they come in. Dainty, you know. Is
They
it?
are so
Is it?
adorable.
Yeah. You just like mold them, don't you?
Yeah, from a very young age.
Is
Yeah.
it boys or girls, or just girls, or?
Whoever wants to come, whoever wants to learn to dance is welcome.
You said that you teach the fundamentals. What, subjects do you teach besides just the dancing?
So besides ballet, if we're talking about dance, we'll oftentimes bring in different teachers and choreographers from either the Fort Wayne community or from around the nation. We'll bring in guest choreographers to teach choreography or to give a contemporary class or to throw a workshop, just giving dancers a little bit more exposure to things they wouldn't have on a regular basis. And then in the academic program, we offer basically any kind of basic high school curriculum that you would need to graduate.
Biology, geography, history.
Yeah, all of it, and including foreign language as well. I know we have French and Spanish that the academic dancers or students will take.
Do you teach them theory, theater?
You know, that's a good question. We don't have it right now in our curriculum, but the dancers have taken classes like that before, having a teacher show them pantomime or acting or different things like that.
That's good. Pardon me, if the cat walks around on the keyboard, he just walked by. Okay. Cat likes to walk on the keyboard here.
Oh, goodness.
He's a beautiful cat. He's young, but oh boy.
What's his name?
His name is Angus.
Angus.
He's an Abyssinian pussycat.
Okay.
Really smart. Fashionable nut too. So your ages from 6 up? Or
Yeah,
4?
all the way up through high school. Yep.
You don't have any other past high school? You just, for the ballet itself, what's the average group?
For the dancing, we will sometimes get dancers who have just graduated high school that will want to further their training, and that we welcome that. It's happened a few times. I was actually one of those people. I had already graduated high school. I was still 18, and I needed some extra training, and so I came to Project Ballet to continue that training.
As a ballet, did you have your hair done up tight?
Oh yes, up in a bun, slicked back, hair-sprayed, no wispies, nothing.
No earrings?
Not for me. Not for me.
That's good.
No distractions. Can't have any distractions.
How does your students adapt to the rigorous, the pressure of dancing, learning to dance? Physically, do they get injured once in a while, and how do you take care of that?
Well, I think it takes a specific type of person to have the strength physically, emotionally, and mentally to do ballet. You have to be a pretty strong person to do what we do, because it does take a toll on your body physically and mentally as well. Thankfully, here we do have physical therapists that will work with us if our dancers do ever get injured. But it's very rare that our dancers do get injured just because of the precision and the training that we give our dancers.
No Charlie horses here.
Yeah, but I mean, with any kind of physical activity, you're going to get those little aches and pains. It's always usually lower leg injuries that the dancers will experience. The most popular is probably Achilles tendonitis. That dancers will, they'll experience that. Yeah, 'cause you're constantly pointing and flexing your feet, so you're putting a lot of wear and tear on that Achilles tendon. So that would probably be the most common. But we do have people that are able to work with the dancers for the physical part of it. And then with the mental part of it, we do have workshops every other week that we hold with Mental Health America, having people come in and speak to both our students and our staff as well, to just really keep people in tune with their emotions and to understand what they are and to how to cope with the stresses of our daily lives.
Yeah, you have to learn certain skits or whatever you call dance. Like when you're going to do a play or something like that, you have to really put yourself into it, right?
Yeah.
In character.
Yeah, you do. You have to get into character. You have to be there mentally and physically 100%.
So when the kids do come in first, do you find out whether they can or cannot do what you might be planning to teach them? I mean, do you screen them, or how do you know which is the right person for your courses?
Yeah, we'll usually have, if we have a new student coming in for the ballet program, we'll usually have them come in and take a placement class so that our faculty can see kind of where they are and what they can mentally pick up, what they're physically able to do, and then from there we'll place them in the appropriate level.
How about disabled kids? Do you have ballet in a way for disabled kids?
Yeah, actually we do.
Really?
Yeah, we don't have right now a specific class aligned for that, but we have in the past been able to offer private lessons to children who have like a physical disability, and we've even been able to put them in our Nutcracker production that we do every year, which is great.
How about the slow learners, like the handicapped mentally?
Yeah, that as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, I know. I personally believe that anybody can dance if they really put their mind and effort to it. You just got to be patient.
You have the right teachers to do that as well.
Yeah.
Very patient teachers, especially with children.
Yeah.
Do you have doctors in your building, nurses or whatever?
We don't have any on site, but we do have a good string of doctors that we're able to contact right away if anything were to happen with our students or staff or faculty in the building.
Right. So when they are starting to learn the pre-professional ballet world, what would a child expect? What would you do to get them ready to be a ballerina?
Well, there's a lot of training that goes into that. So our highest level dancers are here 6 days a week, training multiple hours per day, rehearsing for performances, and then usually, so we go by the school year. So we start usually late August or September, depending on the year, and we'll go all the way through May. One thing that dancers like to prepare for in January is auditions for summer intensives. And so you get yourself all physically prepared for that. You go and you audition, and you'll make it into a summer program. And a lot of times these summer training programs will give you the opportunity to possibly make it into a professional company. That's one way that you can make it in, by going to this program, getting a scholarship, having the directors of the school look at you and say, you know what, we want that dancer for our company. And so for a lot of these dancers, it's all about training themselves for that moment in time when they're ready for that career in ballet, and figuring out what is the right path for them to take with that. And some of the dancers choose to go to college instead. And so there's two different routes that you can take, college or right away into your career.
You have people who don't dance, still go to school. You said something about a singer lyrics or something.
Yeah, we've had so many different students come and take the academic portion of our schooling here that are not dancers. Basically, right now, about 20% of our students are non-dancers. And so they come just simply because they appreciate the flexibility of the scheduling. And majority of our students end up going on to make it into top schools in our nation, top college programs. One of our dancers this past year actually got a scholarship to Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. So a lot of the top schools in the nations are where our students set their standards.
Can you name a couple of places where some kids can get transferred to do professional ballet?
Well, one of the most reputable companies would be New York City Ballet. We've had dancers throughout the years receive scholarships to attend their summer program, their full year program, and making it into the company as well. But there's a lot of the top companies in our nation. We have Pacific Northwest Ballet, San Francisco Ballet, and all of our students throughout the years will audition, make it in, get scholarships, and it's great. I think it's great for the teachers too. It makes us feel so proud of the kids.
Well, what is the percentage of kids who being taught by you guys go into professional dancing? Is it a large majority of the students, or really?
Yeah, very large majority of the students. Yeah, some of them choose to go to college. It just depends on their personal preference. But the dancers who really do have that passion to go right into a company, get a career, they have the willpower to do it, and they do it.
How long do they last in ballet? Is it up until 30 or 40 years old or more?
It depends on the individual. Injuries, lifestyle choices, all of those different things are huge factors.
Motherhood.
I mean, majority of dancers will probably start to think about retirement when they're heading into their 40s, if they have a good physical ability. Yeah.
Because I say, as older you get, the more parts wear out, girl.
You start to slow down a bit.
Oh my goodness. But they're still in good shape.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How long are each semester?
Well, we go by the school year. So August to December, we have a Christmas break. We start back up in January, and then we go through May. And then we also have summer classes that we hold as well in June and July. And like I said earlier, we're right in the middle of our summer intensive program, which is pretty much like a ballet boot camp. You're here all day dancing.
Boot camp. Right, left. I got it.
Maybe a little bit more graceful than that. Yeah, but yeah.
Do they tour these kids out of state, or when they
We
do the ballet?
we not. We perform right here in Fort Wayne. Since we are involved in the Fort Wayne community, that's where we perform. But the students themselves, when they are accepted into these summer intensives around the nation, that's their time to travel and explore and see what ballet is like in other areas of the country.
Do they go out of the country?
Out of the country?
Out of the country, the U.S.
We did actually recently have a dancer audition overseas
Mm.
in Europe, but normally we don't ever take our dancers out of the country.
I love the Russian ballet.
Yep.
I mean, I think you guys are just as good or even better.
Oh, well, thank you very much. You're going to make us get a big head now.
You'll be able to take your shirt off. Such a. Who else has Project Ballet worked along with, like collaborated with?
Well, this past December was really awesome. We got to collaborate with the Embassy Theater in Fort Wayne to hold our Nutcracker. This is our first year holding the Nutcracker at the Embassy Theater, and it was absolutely beautiful, just on all spectrums. Just great working with the Embassy and just being there in the building. But then as far as collaborating with dance, there's another organization in Fort Wayne called the Fort Wayne Dance Collective.
I
And
worked with them.
yeah, we oftentimes will collaborate with them. A lot of our teachers will go and teach there as well. But then we'll also bring in other teachers from around the nation to instruct our students as well. So really, we're open to a lot of different collaborating.
Is there male teachers too? I mean, for ballet to teach the
Yes,
young guys?
absolutely. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
So what's happening this this end of this year? Is there anything happening, or is the COVID-19 blocking that?
Well, thankfully, we are able to still hold our Nutcracker at the Embassy Theater. We're just going to be taking social distancing precautions inside the theater building, but we're able to still hold it there, which we're very excited about. And then we're also in the spring, we're going to be holding our spring concert at the Embassy Theater as well, which we're very excited about that. So we're just we keep moving. We don't stop. We're ready to go.
Yeah. What other venues do you work at or with?
Previously, we'll hold some of our other performances in the spring at First Presbyterian Theater downtown Fort Wayne. In the springtime, we will have a variations showcase, a spring concert, and we also have a student choreography showcase. And usually we'll hold those at First Presbyterian Theater, but we're going to plan on having our spring concert at the Embassy as well. Just it gives us a little bit more leeway with space and seating, and just to follow those guidelines for social distancing.
Please wear your mask. Please stay 6 feet apart and wash your paws. I have animals in the house, that's why they pause. Do you have any pets?
Do I have any pets?
Yeah.
I do. I have a cat named Chester.
Oh, wow.
He's a tabby cat, so he kind of looks like a tiger.
Oh, I love it. Orange stripe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, he's a little frisky cat.
How old is he?
He's I think about three years old.
I believe it. Frisky is all right.
Yeah.
So, when have you received any awards or anything like that, certificates for dancing in your ballet?
Yeah, well, Project Ballet doesn't normally do any competitions, but we have received some awards for the school itself. One being an Outstanding Teacher Award for our director, Mrs. McLeish, as well as all of the awards that our dancers will get in the forms of scholarships to do school programs and summer intensives.
You perform on TV as well?
That's a good question. I mean, never for like an actual TV show, but we've been interviewed before. We try to keep a good social media presence, posting videos and photos and things like that online.
Well, I like to have you on my show when I'm in the studio. Have about 5 of your kids, oh, 4, 5, 6 maybe. Have to
That,
be socially, making sure that they're not too close.
or maybe we'll have you come here and we'll give you a ballet class.
Mamma mia. Oh, I thought you were going to train me. I don't think so. Nice try, girl. I'd like to. I would like to
You're
see.
more than welcome to come. You could come and watch a class.
Mhm.
We can try to teach you a couple moves here and there.
Well, I make my own moves, but I have a cane, so I can't I can do it sitting down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We can teach you some port-à-bras, carriage of the arms.
Hello.
Yeah.
And for this year, like you said, you're planning on Christmas stuff.
Yep, the Nutcracker. Yeah.
And what are your plans for the years to come?
Years to come,
Mhm.
to keep providing superior training for these dancers. For every next and new generation coming up, we want to just keep on creating beautiful dancers and beautiful people as well.
So throughout the dancing, you teach them etiquette and being gentle and all that. Ah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's all kind of built in. When you walk into the studio, you put your normal life behind you, and you become a dancer. So we teach the kids to hold your head a little bit higher,
Straighten
and
out your shoulders.
and to open your mind to pay a little bit more attention to detail, and to just kind of have a graceful presence about you. So it's all kind of built in with ballet.
So you're taught gentleness as well as technique and how to present yourself.
Yeah, and respect for your fellow dancers, your teachers, the people around you.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you train the kids to go on their toes? That's
Ah.
interesting. Well, when they're young, they're kind of flexible anyway. So
Yeah, you have to be at a certain age where you're both flexible, but your bones have developed enough. So usually we'll put the dancers on point by about 10 years old. That's when their bone structure is pretty secure to go on point. But then they also have to have an individual amount of strength and flexibility in their ankles and legs to be able to stay up on point as well.
how
So
do you get that strength in?
from training, just everyday training. And so we'll look at the individual dancer and we'll determine whether or not they are ready to go on point based off of their individual strength and growth.
Godspeed, my love, until we meet again. You're always in my heart and every dream. Don't let this time apart give in to all our fears. God will keep us close from up above. So until we meet again, Godspeed, my love. God is with us always, and for the rest of our lives.